Hi, my name is Jinsil Kim,
And I'm Yeon Lee.
and we're both D2s at Roseman College of Dental Medicine. Today we're going to be talking about transforming COVID-19 research, a comprehensive validation of the COVID-19 Mental Health Outcome Scale, CMHOS, in college students. Coronavirus disease 2019, or COVID-19, is a highly contagious disease that was first identified in December 2019 and later led to a global pandemic that was declared on March 11, 2020. Countries enforced quarantines and lockdowns to prevent transmission of the virus, which caused a surge in mental health complications. The stressors of the pandemic was notable in students of higher education, resulting in amplified levels of depression and anxiety. This study aims to assess the well-being of those students in order to further understand and implement effective interventions through the development and validation of the COVID-19 Mental Health Outcomes Scale, or CMHOS. The CMHOS is specifically crafted to measure the mental health outcomes of COVID-19 by utilizing the RASH model to evaluate the validities, reliabilities, and effectiveness of the scale.
Research on this subject remains sparse, with only a few scales available for evaluating mental health outcomes in college students. In one study done, there was an increase in depression linked to students that tested positive for COVID-19 utilizing the GAD-7 and PHQ-9 scales. In another study done, elevated levels of depression, anxiety, and stress were seen in dental students in Saudi Arabia, where they utilized the DASS-21 scale. This study showed higher rates in females. Two review studies found existing scales that might be used to assess COVID-19 related psychological distress and mental health issues. However, both reviews noted that these scales were either developed before or in the early stages of the COVID-19 pandemic, or they were general scales not specifically validated for the COVID-19 pandemic.
The study utilized a cross-sectional survey that was given to students at Roseman University of Health Sciences, College of Dental Medicine, that was facilitated through the dean's office via email. The invitation ensured that the survey was anonymous and voluntary and included an online survey through the Qualtrics platform. The first part of the survey consisted of basic demographic questions to obtain information regarding age, gender, race, and ethnicity. The second part included items related to protocols for school reopening, institutional responses, academic concerns, physical health issues, mental health issues, and financial implications. The response options for the items regarding mental health ranged from 0 to 4, where 0 indicated the poorest and 4 the best mental health status. Each item had 5 ordinal response categories of never, occasionally, sometimes, often, and always. The next 2 slides feature the items included in the survey. Specifically, the RASH partial credit model, PCM, was used to provide a more accurate and reliable assessment of the CMHOS survey items. To assess validity, the study focused on item fit, unit dimensionality, monotonicity, local independence, differential item function, DIF, person raw score to measure correlation, and instrument coverage. To assess reliability, the study employed the Cronbach Alpha, Person Separation Index, PSI, item reliability, and person reliability.
The sample consisted of a total of 144 students with an average age of 28 years old, of which 48.6% were female. Among the participants, 66% self-identified as white, 21.3% Asian, 0.7% Native Hawaiian or Pacific Islander, and 12.1% as other. The majority of students were in the DMD program, while 7.7% were enrolled in the AEO-DO program. For the item fit, the in-fit mean square ranged from 0.72 to 1.52, and the out-fit mean square ranged from 0.67 to 1.62. The mean in-fit mean square was 1, and the mean out-fit mean square was 1.02, signifying an excellent fit of our data with the model. For the unit dimensionality, the RASH dimensionality analysis encompassing all 10 CMHOS items revealed that the variance attributable to the first contrast in the data was 8.8%, and the corresponding eigenvalue was 1.9, with the variance explained by the RASH dimension was 54.9%. These findings support the unit dimensionality of the CMHOS. Figure 1 shown on this slide displays the monotonicity of every item. The x-axis shows the interval scaling measure in Logit score. The numbers 0 to 4 inside the figure are the ordinal category scores for each item, revealing that the category calibration consistently increased in a sequential manner. For local independence, the item's residual correlations absolute values vary from 0.17 and 0.43, with none exceeding 0.80. This indicates that the CMHOS items maintain local independence. The table shown on this slide presents the results of the DIF analysis. Regarding age-related DIF, none of the items exhibited a DIF size greater than 0.5 logits or a p-value less than 0.05. In terms of gender-related DIF, only item 10 had a p-value less than 0.05, but its DIF size was less than 0.5 logits. With race-related DIF, the same pattern was observed for item 10. For ethnicity-related DIF, items 1 and 4 showed a DIF size exceeding 0.5 logits, but their p-values were greater than 0.05. Overall, these results indicate no significant bias existed in any of the CMHOS items. The Pearson correlation between the person raw score and the measure was exceptionally high at 0.98. This indicates a strong positive relationship between the raw scores obtained by individuals and the overall measure being assessed. Such a high correlation suggests that as the raw scores increase, there is a corresponding and almost proportional increase in the measure value, implying a consistent and reliable scaling of individual responses within the framework of the assessment. As for the instrument coverage, the CMHOS had 0% ceiling and 0% floor effects, implying that the CMHOS had excellent instrument coverage. The figure shown in this slide demonstrates excellent person item targeting, showing how the items are thoroughly distributed across a wide spectrum of participants' mental health levels. The x-axis of figure 2 shown shows the interval scaling of the CMHOS and Logit scores ranging from -5 to 3. The distribution of the items completely covered the distribution of the persons, indicating representativeness of the items and also highlighting the item's effectiveness in identifying extremes in mental health scores. The Cronbach alpha was 0.88, indicating a high level of internal consistency among the items in CMHOS. The PSI was 2.67, indicating that CMHOS is effective in distinguishing among individuals. The item reliability index was 0.98, signifying strong reliability. This suggests that item placement is likely to be consistent in future instances. The person reliability index was 0.88, indicating good reliability and suggesting that the person placement is likely to be replicable.
A scoring table, shown in Table 5, was created for the CMHOS to facilitate the conversion of ordinal scale score, or raw score, into interval scale score, or measure. Each item on the CMHOS can receive a raw score between 0 and 4. Consequently, the total possible raw score across all 10 items is from 0 to 40. The range for the corresponding measure is from 0 to 100. The model explained a substantial amount of the total variance, 54.9%, in the CMHOS data. The mean infit and outfit MSNQ values were 1 and 1.02 respectively, indicating an excellent fit with the RASH model and affirming the appropriateness of the RASH PCM for evaluating the CMHOS data. The RASH model also revealed strong support for the unidimensionality of the scale, with 8.8% variance associated with the first contrast and an eigenvalue of 1.9. All items displayed monotonicity, reinforcing the scale's consistencies and reliabilities. The analysis of local independence showed that the item residual correlations ranged from 0.17 to 0.43, with none exceeding the threshold of 0.80. This finding indicates that the CMHOS items operate independently of each other, a vital aspect for a scale's validities. No meaningful DIF was observed, which means that the items were not intrinsically biased. The strong positive Pearson correlation signifies that CMHOS is sensitive to changes in individual scores, and that these changes are proportionately reflected in the overall measure, ensuring accurate representation of each individual's mental health status.
This study has certain limitations. First, its conduct at a single university in the United States might limit its applicability to other university settings. To enhance its generalizability, additional validation in other universities and various student populations is necessary. Second, while the CMHOS was validated within a student demographic, its potential for broader application warrants further validation in the general population. Third, aspects of the instrument's psychometric properties such as test-retest reliability and sensitivity to change require more in-depth evaluation, indicating the need for future longitudinal studies. Finally, although the sample size is adequate for rash analysis, additional research with a larger, more representative sample is recommended to confirm the stability of the parameter estimates. The CMHOS stands out as a powerful and essential tool for evaluating the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on mental health. Its robust psychometric properties, remarkable sensitivity, and broad scope underscore its reliabilities and validities as an assessment instrument. This scale not only offers clinicians and researchers a powerful resource for understanding and tracking mental health dynamics in the pandemic era, but also paves the way for the creation of more nuanced and effective mental health interventions and support strategies. The potential of the CMHOS to enrich our comprehension of pandemic-related mental health challenges and contribute to better mental health outcomes is both significant and timely, making it an indispensable asset in the ongoing efforts to address the mental health ramifications of COVID-19.
And lastly, we just wanted to say thank you to Roseman University College of Dental Medicine, Clinical Outcomes Research and Education.